We could not be more excited to kick off our first project, and today we are talking decking. What are some of the steps of maintenance that people need to follow when they get this deck?
If you already have an existing deck, you'll want to clean it before you stain it. And then if you're just redoing or building a new deck, you would like to wait about 30 days or so, 3 to 4 weeks, to start staining it immediately. You don't have to clean it or anything, but the quicker you get to put the sealant on the deck, the quicker or better off it is. But you want to make sure it's dry and all that.
Now, once people get that down and they're ready to stain, how does that process work, and how do they come in here and find what they're looking for?
Usually they don't know. Some people come in and they have done research. Other people are like, hey, I got a new deck, I want to stain it. So then you ask them if they want like the translucent, the semi-transparent, the solid, semi-solid, all that. Also, while choosing a stain, it depends on how much wood grain you want to be shown through the wood. As you can see, the wood tone, it shows it's more like a clear sealant. Then you go to the semi-transparent, it's got a slight finish to it, and you can still see the majority of the wood grain. Then you go to semi-solid, and it's getting more like a paint almost. You see less of the wood grain, you can still see very little. And then with the solid stain and the deck correct, it's almost like a paint. You don't see any of the wood grain. You'll see just pretty much a finish of paint.
What do you recommend to people who are going to start this process as far as are there products that are better? Are there products that are, top of the line? I don't know anything about stains, so how do people know where to start?
For the stain, what we keep is the Cabot, and it's a great stain. It's really just more how long you want the stain to last on your deck.
Okay. If people come in and they literally are starting from scratch, there's also what would be my preference, which would be the composite, because over time, that is the one that, while it may cost a little more initially, doesn't require as much maintenance, right?
Correct. No, it requires very few. It's more of like a power wash after winter. That's about it. You don't have to stain it, you don't have to seal it, you don't have to do really anything to it. It doesn't decompose in 20 years or whatever it's supposed to last.
Yeah, and it looks good.
It
composite
does.
decking is amazing. So how does that work, and how do people choose that?
The composite, you usually have like 3 different grades. You have like the capsulated PVC, and then it coats over like a wood fiber, sawdust type stuff. And that's what this top one is. It's got the heavy PVC coating. This would be your top of the line.
Okay.
Then you drop down to here. It's got the capsulation over the PVC wood fiber. You can still see some of the wood fiber in the top of the coating.
It looks real. I mean,
it does.
real wood, I guess is what I'm
does.
saying.
And that's what it's supposed to. They have the wood grain in there. You're supposed to be able to see it show from the...
I have to tell you, as a woman too, you know why I like this? I don't get splinters in my feet.
No, it feels great on your feet. It does.
Yeah, it feels fantastic.
And it doesn't get too hot or anything either.
There's also a product, though, for those that maybe aren't investing in a new deck, if they have an existing one that is at that worn stage, that you can actually roll on that also has a great feel, right?
It's the deck correct stuff.
Okay.
It's in this can. We painted some on earlier. So this is what the wood looked like before.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. And we painted it on this morning, actually, so it's already dry. It dries really quick. Usually you have to do like 2 coats. A gallon will do about 75 square feet with 2 coats. You usually roll it on or brush it on. It's kind of got like a sandy texture to it.
I like it a lot, though.
It looks great.
And it's an option. If you're not, maybe you don't have the budget to buy the whole new composite deck, you certainly can do work with what you already have.
Yeah, that's more for like a deck that's way past its prime. Something that you either tear it up and start over or do that.
Or do that instead. Well, I would say for anybody that's coming in looking to do any work on their deck, the one thing I want to really emphasize is equipment. You guys also offer for your customers the ability to get the equipment they need to do the job as well, right?
Yeah, we have the equipment here, and we have the knowledge of usually all the guys, for the most part, have used this or have had it on their deck or whatever. We have all the equipment there, the rollers, the trays, all that.
And the power washer too?
Power washer too, to clean the deck.
Can you clean our deck? Because I'm not going to clean it.
I'm sure I can try.
Okay, see, I don't know if Dakota's available for hiring for you, but if he was, he's a great guy and he has all the answers for you. We are at Marshall's, Kirchner's Building Center, but with locations, how many in there?
We have 12 now.
12. There's so many places you can go to get what you need for the perfect deck this summer.